Hey Shark Tank fans, welcome to Shark Tank Tips. I'm your host Zoe Hewitt. You can find me as always on Twitter and Instagram at RealZoeHewitt. Let's talk parachute. It's not parachute like the thing that you use when you jump out of a plane. It is a parachute like P-E-A-R. Desiree was in the tank. She was asking $500,000 for, gulp, wait for it, 6% of her company. I don't know about you, but anytime I hear those small percentages combined with big dollar figures, I gasp, I bite my nails, and I wonder what's going to happen here, because you better have something good to be offering such a small amount of equity. It's a really interesting company that she has going. It's only launched in Chicago so far, but it's basically for parents who want to try lots of different classes. Maybe they go to swimming, soccer, art, whatever it is, but they don't want to pay for an entire package of classes. This is an app that lets you look at all the classes in town and basically buy them one at a time and drop in. So through her company, through Pearachute, you can buy either a 5-pack for $79 or for $99 and unlimited, and that's per month. And then you can sign up for whichever classes you want to. So hey, want to try soccer? Let's sign my kid up here. Want to try swimming? Okay, we'll go to that one that week. In just 126 days, she has already made $50,000. Now, the Sharks didn't look impressed, but I sure was. Normally numbers like that, especially in such a short period of time, really make people sit up. Not this time. I actually thought she had a pretty difficult time in the tank. She had even started a company before that was worth millions of dollars, like millions in the plural, and they barely blinked an eye. It really wasn't until she teared up that it seemed like the Sharks sat up a little more and took notice. She had this sob story of, yes, she was raised by a single mom, she was born elsewhere, she came here, she went to Yale, really amazing, maybe not quite worth the tears. Normally, we've talked about this a lot before, crying is a double-edged sword. Sometimes it just sends you straight home, and sometimes the Sharks like it. This time, though, I felt like the Sharks didn't really have a strong feeling either way. Most of the Sharks did bow out, but Mark made her an offer. And what was especially interesting about this offer is that she wanted to counter, and Mark countered on his own. Normally, if the person who's in the tank says, I don't know about that, the other Sharks will sort of chime in and say, okay, well then you make the counter offer. And instead, Desiree said, I don't know about that, what do you think? And Mark changed his offer. So they did wind up making a deal, $500,000 in exchange for 15% of her company. Now remember, she had been offering 6 to begin with. So that is a pretty big jump. I thought this was really fascinating, but the big thing that the Sharks had a problem with is that mostly, how come no one else can do this? The idea is that they can do this, and I think that's why no one wanted to invest. The other thing that Desiree really got dinged for, that I kind of wanted to say to Barbara, knock it off, is Barbara said she wasn't gritty. And that is also what prompted, I think, the crying and the story and the Yale, but it just seemed interesting. Maybe because Barbara herself is such a strong woman, we get more personality, I feel like, from her than definitely from the other women that we see in the tank, and Sarah Blakely's been on, so we have another woman to compare to. But Shark Tank tip here is, even if you do something really big like a prior company, don't say then that you sold it because, or that you gave part of it away because Desiree had stepped down from it, just because you felt like you couldn't do more with it. Now, some of the Sharks thought that was okay, but Barbara said, no, you're not gritty. I don't want you learning on my dime if I'm giving you money, and then you'll step away from this company too. But Desiree was gung-ho. She said that they are going to expand into other cities, and she said, hey, we're headed to Dallas next. Come on, Mark, that's your city. And Mark recognized he would have to do a lot of work for the product, but he did jump on board. I thought this was a great idea, and I wish there were something similar for adults. There are lots of classes I'd like to try, but yeah, I don't want to sign up for a 12-week class of something starting off. But what about you? Would you sign up for this for a child, or if there were an adult version? Let me know. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at RealZoeHewitt, and until next time, bye-bye.